We've all done it. We've all looked up at the stars and asked that one big question: are we actually alone? Right at the heart of that mystery is the most famous acronym in history, UFO. But before you start thinking about little green men and flying saucers, let's get one thing straight: it's not exactly what you think it is. Technically, a UFO, or unidentified flying object, is just a fancy way of saying, we see it, but we have no idea what it is. It's anything in the sky that defies our science, outruns our fastest jets, or ignores our radar. If a pilot sees a glowing orb performing impossible maneuvers that would crush a human pilot and the military can't explain it, that, by definition, is a UFO. But lately, things have gotten serious. The government and NASA have officially rebranded them as UAP, Unidentified Anomalous Phenomena. Why the name change? Because these things aren't just flying. They're hovering perfectly still in hurricane-force winds, diving into the deep ocean and disappearing at speeds that break our laws of physics. In short, a UFO isn't just a campfire story anymore. It's where our technology ends and a massive mystery begins. So, how long has this been going on? Let's look at the history that the world tried to hide. If you think the UFO craze started with modern smartphones, think again. Humans have been spotting weird things in the sky for centuries. We're talking ancient Egyptian scrolls describing circles of fire and medieval paintings that look suspiciously like they're featuring silver discs floating in the background. But the real madness, that started in 1947. This was the year of the infamous Roswell incident. A flying disc crashed in the New Mexico desert, and for a few hours the military actually admitted it. Then suddenly, the story changed. It was just a weather balloon, they said. That single U-turn birthed decades of conspiracy theories and gave us the legendary Area 51. Suddenly, everyone was looking up. But for years, if you talked about UFOs, people thought you were crazy. That all changed in 2017 when the New York Times leaked secret Pentagon footage. We finally saw what the pilots were seeing: the tic-tac and the gimbal. Objects rotating against the wind with no wings and no engines. The government wasn't laughing anymore, they were investigating. So, the history is real and the records are officially there. But what about the people on the ground, the ones who have come face to face with the unknown? Let's hear the stories they weren't supposed to tell. Beyond the grainy radar footage and official documents, there's a much darker side to this mystery: the witnesses, people who have nothing to gain and everything to lose by speaking out. These aren't just stories, they are experiences that changed people's lives forever, and most of them choose to remain anonymous for a reason. Imagine driving on a deserted highway at 2 a.m. Suddenly your car's engine dies. Your headlights flicker and go out. Silence. Then you look up and see a massive, silent, triangular craft hovering just meters above the trees. No sound of a motor, no wind, just a low hum that vibrates in your chest. Before you can grab your phone, it's gone, streaking across the sky at a speed that shouldn't be physically possible. And it's not just the sky. We have reports from sailors in the middle of the ocean witnessing massive glowing orbs rising from the deep. No sonar can track them, and no Navy admits to owning them. These witnesses describe intelligent movement objects that seem to be watching us as much as we are watching them. Are these just hallucinations? Or is thousands of people seeing the exact same thing a coincidence? While the skeptics argue Hollywood was busy turning our deepest fears into blockbusters, let's see how the movies shaped our vision of the unknown. While the world was busy arguing over blurry photos, Hollywood was busy building empires out of our imagination. From the friendly vibes of Spielberg's E.T. to the terrifying planetary invasions of Independence Day, cinema has been our primary lens for seeing the unknown. But is it just entertainment, or is it a way of preparing us for the truth? Science fiction did something incredible. It gave us a visual language for UFOs. We expect them to be metallic, glowing, and silent because that's what we see on the big screen. Movies like Arrival challenged us to think about how we'd actually communicate, while Interstellar pushed the boundaries of space-time and dimensions. These films turned a fringe topic into a global cultural obsession. The gray alien with large black eyes didn't just appear out of nowhere. It became a pop culture icon through shows like The X-Files. The line between what we saw in the sky and what we saw in the theater started to blur. In many ways, sci-fi became the sandbox where we could explore our greatest fears and our biggest hopes without needing the government's permission. So Hollywood gave us the stories, but now the stories are becoming reality. As we wrap up this journey, we have to ask the ultimate question: what happens next if the truth finally comes out? So, at the end of the day, are UFOs real? If you're asking if there are things in our skis that we can't explain, the answer is a definitive yes. Whether they are top-secret military tech, rare natural phenomena, or visitors from another star system, the mystery is officially part of our reality. We live in a universe with billions of galaxies, each holding billions of stars. Statistically, the idea that we are the only ones looking up and wondering is almost impossible. Perhaps the real question isn't do they exist, but rather, are we ready to meet them? Because the moment we get a clear answer, everything, our science, our religion, and our history changes forever. The sky is no longer just a ceiling. It's a frontier, but what do you think? If you enjoyed videos like this, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel and click the bell to stay notified about new videos. Catch you later.